your skirt already. I'm 80. I'd like to live long enough to see the next hand.
Don't need to, Ma. Gin.
You're taking advantage. You know I'm whacked out on blood pressure medicine.
Honey, if the medicine bothers you, change the prescription.
I like being whacked out. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My day closed the gate for you. Give him the sugar.
You said that, Blanche.
I won't go if you don't want me to, but I do want to go, so can I?
Would your mother let you go?
No.
Then go.
Thank you! Oh, you're the best! I'll see y'all later.
Wilderness. Of course, it wasn't really the wilderness. He'd drive in circles for about 20 minutes and then end up in the woods just beyond the barn. It was years before all the kids caught on to Dad's trick.
What do you mean, just beyond the barn? Here we are. People from all over the county would drive up to Twin Oaks. That's the name of our house. To ask Big Daddy's advice on one thing or the other. And while the men were discussing business on the veranda, the ladies would retire to the shade of an old magnolia to sip mint juleps and exchange prize-winning pecan.
Dorothy, what do you mean sneaking up on me like that? You scared me half to death.
I'm sorry, Rose. Next time I walk into a dark room in the middle of the night, I'll send a mariachi band ahead of me. What are you doing up?
Well, I thought I heard a strange noise.
What kind of strange noise?
Really, I did, by my landlord. He threw me out of my apartment, but I couldn't sleep with his best friend. He's over 80 years old and thinks he's the Archduke Ferdinand.
Why did he throw you out?
Well, the new owners of the building don't allow cats, and I'm not about to part with Mr. Peepers.
Oh, I guess you two have been through a lot to get did. Oh, are you all right, honey?
I don't know what happened. I just saw stars and blackness. It was like being at the planetarium.
It was the shock of the news.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Blanche.
no, that's quite all right. It was shocking news. I would have fainted myself, only I was afraid I'd fall face down and chip my beautiful teeth. Tang or something.
Oh, Tang.
Tang is not the catchword here. What I mean is I think you're very nice, and I thought we kind of liked each other, you and me. This is very embarrassing. You don't understand a word I'm saying.
You? That convinced me. I wonder what Charlie would say if he knew.
Probably the same thing Molly said.
Molly didn't actually say that, Rose.
This is fine, but if she doesn't, I don't want anybody asking any embarrassing questions.
I'm back. So, did you and Artie play Find the Cannoli? What?
Nothing, Rose.
Just sit.
Alleged tiny little waist.
Well, Dorothy, why would I make up such a thing?
Because you're jealous.
Jealous.
You are used to getting all the attention around here, and suddenly someone comes along and wants me and not you, and it is eating your guts out.
Eating my guts out?
You know something? You could never be a real friend to another woman, and you know why?
Why? I'm upset about Dorothy and Blanche.
Oh, me too. Who'd believe that they'd break up their friendship over a man?
It happens.
What can we do?
Nothing. Anyway, I got bigger problems. I don't have an act for the talent show. Talent show? Could I be in it? Blanche, what you're talented at isn't generally done on a stage. This isn't downtown Saigon.
Ma, will you do me a favor and forget about the talent show? You're just going to end up with egg on your face, like what?
Lem? Good night.
You know, we haven't slept together since I was a little girl.
Thank God.
I used to get into your bed whenever I had that dream about the... It's the same problem. That's why he sits behind a desk. Ma, listen, I want some answers. Now, why did you prepare my favorite meal and then invite my least favorite person to come and eat it with us?
All right. I need a favor.
You remember my buttresses? Pick up an Inquirer sometime, you learn something.
I am exhausted. I have spent this entire day bed shopping.
Have you no shame? Bed hopping nowadays is sexually irresponsible.
Not bed hopping, Ma, bed shopping.
Yeah, right. The market's in Miami. If it was in Phoenix, I'd be going in the sun.
Now, Sophia, Rose asked a perfectly sensible question.
Am I the only one she caught by surprise?
Ma.
Rose, I'm gonna buy a nectarine. I go to the market every day to buy a nectarine. At 82, that's life. A round trip on the number 6 bus to buy
From the Elvis Presley fan club. Oh, my hands are shaking. Dorothy, you read it.
Dear Rosen Island, your application to start an unauthorized chapter of the Elvis Presley Hunka Hunka Burning Love fan club in your neighborhood and/or trailer park has been accepted.
This is the happiest, most fulfilling day of my life.
murdered by Charles.
With George, when I'd hear a noise, I'd wake him up, and then he'd take out his gun, and then he'd have to find the bullets, because I'd always hide the bullets, and then when he found the bullets, we'd make love.
You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh, my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
I don't believe $10,000. Split 4 ways, that's almost $2,000 apiece.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with my taste. You've seen that ring that I picked out for Dorothy.
Actually, he was going for a bracelet, but the mechanical claw grabbed the ring.
Okay, girls, I guess I do need some help. I'll call tomorrow and we'll set up a time to go shopping. I really have to...
Laptizol.
You were there? Don't tell me where I went. I went to heaven. I saw the golden light and some angels in white robes with harps. I thought I was at Saks at Christmas. But then I saw your father.
Really?
He was surrounded by women. He's in heaven. Did you see God?
Yes, tragic. Here, honey, dig in.
Of course, it'll be just my luck. I'll eat, I'll gain 40 pounds, and live to be 90.
Me too, I'm healthy as a horse. Unfortunately, I'll wind up looking like one.
You know, all it takes is one little dessert, and my panties cut off my circulation.
To Canada.
Oh, Mounties. I love Canadian Dan.
Oh, my God. She found a cheaper home. Blanche, please don't sell the house. What the hell is that holding up your stocking?
Get out of there. Girls, listen, I know I told Mr. Yakamura that I'd sell him the house, but I just don't think it's fair to make that decision by myself now.
Not only am I not allowed to go, I'm not allowed to talk about it. This is the same deal Cinderella had with her stepsisters. I always wanted to go to Hollywood. When I was a young girl, I used to dream about becoming a movie star. Mr. Mason, who owned the corner drugstore, said I was a young Barbara Billingsley. Dorothy, we're going to talk to the travel agent about Hollywood. You want to come with us?
Now, look, I'm sorry, but I am not going to spend my vacation sitting in a tour bus.
Rose, what the hell are you doing?
And that must be my socks and underwear coming back from the laundry. That is one of the biggest drawbacks of being without a wife. Chrissy.
Chrissy?
I had to talk to you, Big Stan. Why didn't you return my phone calls?
There's nothing to talk about, Chrissy.
Big Stan? Nice.
I'm working off all my excess sexual energy.
Why don't we just hook you up to the toaster and make Pop-Tarts?
Don't make fun, Dorothy. This is the 5th Friday night in a row I haven't had a date.
Honey, you're just in a little slump.
Is that what this is? I've never been in one before.
Blanche, Your picture's in the paper, and there's a big article about the Citrus Festival.
What's it say? What's it say?
Miami will be busy this weekend with 10 major conventions. Listen to this. The highlight being the Citrus Festival Ball. I'll give you so much more than I can. You'd live in a mansion, you'd have servants, you'd do your grocery shopping with Bert Convy.
You'll have your space, and you can sit home on Friday night and become an old maid like your Aunt Regina, and you won't have to listen to me nag.
Then I guess it's all settled.
Dorothy,
Oh, hi, Ma.
listen to this. If I were truly free, O fire of my loins, I'd take you to a paradise in the sun where we could lie naked, bronze body against...
I think you dated anyone before Charlie.
Actually, it was while I dated Charlie. Rose Nyland, you were in a love triangle and never told us. Well, I didn't think you'd be interested.
Oh, but you were certain that we would be interested in the story about little Yemeni, the boy who was raised by a wild moose?
She's pretty uptight. I'm gonna have fun teasing her tonight.
Why don't we just start dinner?
Oh, good. What are we having?
Short ribs. I will continue to see Glenn for as long as I please.
Is he gonna leave his wife?
Ma, for the first time in a long time, I am really happy. So please leave me alone.
If you're so happy, how come I hear you pacing in your room night after night?
I can't sleep. I have a lot on my...
Kyle, I think that's got to be the most painful thing a mother can go through. She's being a rock.
Maybe too much of a rock. She's really keeping this all bottled up.
She's in shock. The whole family's in shock. I mean, a man goes out to buy himself an evening gown. You don't expect anything unusual, do you?
Now, baby brother, I've waited all week. Where is it? Where's my surprise?
Hello, everyone.
Surprise.
You just put the luggage over there.
Okay.
Clay, I don't have any change to tip the driver. Hi, Dorothy. Cooking?
No, Rose, I'm developing pictures from the Magellan Space Program. Yes, I'm cooking.
I was just trying to make conversation. Don't talk to me like I'm stupid.
Rose, I'm concerned about Ma's first day at Cypress Grove.
Oh, I'm sure she died. What?
Oh, no, Rose.
And the sheriff? I told him about me, how I kill men. And he didn't believe me. He said, let's see, sleep with me. And you fall into the arms of your valiant Galahad?
My Galahad was a balloon salesman named Sid.
Hey, who knew that sawed-off little gnome would outbid a Navy admiral and a fire chief and that jeweler who was a dead ringer for Mr. Richard Widmark?
Gosh, that was a year ago. Maybe it was from their wedding album.
Here we are. This is home. Oh, Charlie, Kirsten, I want you to meet my friends, Blanche and Dorothy.
Hello, Kirsten. Hiya, Charlie.
Rose has told us so.
Mrs. Petrillo, you're under arrest.
Well, all's well that ends well. What? It's the title of a Shakespeare play.
Well, Rose, nothing is well and nothing has ended. I even tried to help her find her little old gypsy mama.
Well, I lied to Stan. I used to tell him how great he was in bed. It was really very difficult, but fortunately I only had to tell him on his birthday. The scuba gear, the carpet, the dicky.
It turns out it was one of their trusted servants who was trying to frame poor Duncan.
Oh, don't tell me. The butler did it?
No, he just thought of it. He made the maid do it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, honey, I think your mother was looking for you.
I take her to lunch.
Sure.
With the size of our estate, I think we can afford lunch.
So that's it. That's the big secret. Charlie was a nice guy.
Oh, I'm sorry it lacked the intrigue of the Duncan Osgood case.
But isn't it amazing how things always work out? Say, where have you been? Girl, I've been worried sick.
Oh, Blanche, only you could understand what happened. I am in love.
The doctor?
Oh, he took me on his boat for a midnight cruise. It was incredible. I'd only known him a few hours, but the evening was so perfect. Oh, I didn't get any sleep last night, and I have my interview this afternoon.
I don't care what Dorothy says. Any man who doesn't pick a lady up at her home for their date is a jerk. Plain and simple.
Oh, yeah, he's obviously a jerk.
Well, he's taking you to L'Auberge. Jerks love that place. I went there once with the biggest jerk in the whole world. It was right after Charlie died.
Everybody, listen to this. Alex Trebek and the Jeopardy people are auditioning contestants in Miami. They're coming here. Jeopardy! Oh, it's my favorite show! Wowee!
Yes, Pussycat, Jeopardy is your favorite.
Dorothy, what are you doing?
Watching Amazing Discoveries. Look at that. The thing just shucks the corn off the cob. Just shucks it off.
Where would you like to go on our honeymoon? I thought I'd surprise you and take you to Paris, but then I started thinking, maybe you don't like Paris. Maybe you'd rather cruise to the islands or visit the Orient.
Richard.
Oh, I just love the way that ring looks on you.
So do I.
Look, if the tickets are that hard to get, maybe we just weren't meant to go.
Maybe you weren't, Rose, but 2 weeks from now, I intend to be sitting in front of old Blue Eyes himself, live, in person, middle-aged spread and all.
You can take off a few pounds by then if you put your mind to it.
You might answering that.
Why not? Maybe I'll get lucky. What am I talking about? If I was lucky, I'd be shacking up with Cary Grant.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richmond. I'm looking for a Dorothy Zbornak.
Dr. Richmond, it's a pleasure to meet you, but we were expecting...
I ought to go to that banquet, and I'm going to call my date.
Honey, if you can get a date the way you look, you deserve that award.
Well, why don't you call your date, too? I would just love to have you there so you can eat your heart out when I accept the award.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to be there, because I'll be the one accepting the award. 12 hours on your feet waiting tables? Honey, that is gritty, grimy, grueling work.
But it's work. It beats the hell out of feeling sorry for myself. And it'll be a lot nicer to fall asleep from being tired than crying.
Of course it will. Oh, Rose, honey, Rose, I am so...
This is exactly like the dress I wore to my sweet 16. It was always Big Daddy's favorite. Oh, there he is now. Now listen, girls. My father is an old-time Southern aristocrat who is used to fine manners and gentility. So please, please, please...
There's no Twin Oaks to go back to. I sold it.
You what?
Sold it. Sold everything. Well, now, if I'm going to go out on the road and do this thing right, I need money.
All right, this has gone far enough. I will not allow you to...
John from Kenosha?
I'll bet you know a lot of Johns.
That's a good one.
I guess it must be regional humor.
We're all here for the big clothing convention.
Oh, well, tell me, is leather big this year?
Well, it is with Carl. Yeah. As long as I don't have to pay extra.
He wants to cut it down.
Now, look, 60 people live on that block, and all of them have signed this petition to save the tree.
Concrete's cleaner. They'll get used to it.
Mrs. Claxton, please.
I also have pictures of the tree that I'd like you all to take a look at.
You want to look at pictures? I've got pictures.
Dorothy, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but there's something about Jean that bothers me.
Bothers you?
Every time I suggest she go out on a date, the two of you change the subject.
Oh, come on, Blanche. That's ridiculous. Look, I think the rain is beginning to let up.
Oh, and a box of Milano cookies to take home to your wife. A fact, use it as you wish.
Anyway, it was love at first sight. And nobody in town could believe that this man, who had lived for 52 years with his mother, would fall head over heels in love with the town squeak.
Exciting.
Eat.
That's amazing. You people eat with 2 little sticks, you never miss a bite. My people drop half their meal while using a fork, a spoon, and a loaf of bread.
So.
Exactly what is this stuff?
You're gonna take all the guff I got and you're gonna like it.
No.
All right, everybody, now shut the hell up! I'm in charge here. From now on, everyone listens to me.
Why should we listen to you?
Because I happen to be the most decorated pioneer scout in the history of northern Minnesota. I can build a 100-foot rope bridge.
Head down the wall and make mad, passionate love on the carpet.
Blanche, what the hell are you talking about?
You stole the closing banquet of the only art show I've ever put together in my entire life.
I did not steal your banquet. Mr. Allen assigned it to me.
And why? Why should he give...
Oh, no. I just have something in my eye. That's dog love in your eyes. All right, I admit it. I love dogs. It just breaks my heart that dog is gone.
I know. I felt the same way when I dropped him off. That's why I stopped.
Sick.
Wow. You're really beautiful.
Thank you, Isaac.
Rose, Blanche and I have to talk to you right now.
That's a very nice dress, Rose.
Thank you. I've worn it once before. But the pantyhose are new.
Listen, Rose, if Blanche and I could just see you out on the lanai.
I was so stunned, I just started wandering aimlessly through this train station when I heard a familiar voice calling, Rose! Rose, is that really you? It was my Uncle Johansson. He died when I was 9 years old.
21. And they still don't come to you because they think you weren't there for them. I have a pretty tough time living with that, you know. And I just intend to make damn sure that if the time ever comes, there's going to be somebody there for Emily. I'd again with what I now know.
Is Emily all right?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. We're just going to get something to eat.
How do you know she wants something to eat?
Because she keeps licking her lips and staring at my chest.
Let's discuss this in the kitchen so we don't wake Ma.
Oh, you're not going to wake up Sophia. She is exhausted.
I didn't hear her, but I did.
To a woman who said she just won the Ironman triathlon.
I don't remember this guy calling.
How could you not remember? I told you I couldn't pick up Emily because my wife just had triplets.
Triplets? I thought you said your wife had gimlets. I figure if she wants to drink, it's her own business.
A cold winter's night, but all year long. Take care of them, God. If anything happened, I just...
Rose, thanks for the lovely prayer. Now shut up and get into...
These love trains.
Oh, excuse me. What track does the 9:15 to Miami leave on?
Well, ma'am, we've only got one track, but we call it track 19. Nobody knows why, but it sure gives everybody something to talk about while they're waiting on the next tornado to hit the mobile home. Come on.
Why didn't you tell me it was Father Leahy?
Well, I assumed you knew.
No, I didn't. I mean, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, well, me too. Well, what difference does it make? We can...
Did that influence your decision to enter the priesthood?
Well, it wasn't exactly the evening I'd planned, but it turned out to be pleasant enough.
Frank is a very special person, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is, and he obviously thinks the same about you.
Of course he does. We're friends.
I thought I heard you,
I couldn't sleep. I had a horrible nightmare.
Oh, well, tell it to me. I'm awful good at interpreting dreams.
I was a contestant on the dating game, and I won. I went around the corner.
Oh, Doris. Oh,
He asked me to say goodbye.
oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Boy, I could sure use a family hug right now.
Oh, darling. Oh, honey. Dorothy, you've had a rough day.
I'll tell you what. You go on and get into bed, and I'll bring you a nice cup of hot chocolate.
We think that Kate may be pregnant.
Wow, that's incredible. That makes me...
Hey, Yut, some things never change.
You're going to be a granddaddy, Stanley.
Wow, isn't life a gas?
This is amazing.
Go.
To meet with Gloria Steinem and Betty Friedan and Marlo Thomas. They're going to drink white wine spritzers and try to figure out how to fry your wandering male behind.
Dennis.
Kate, we have to talk.
She has nothing to say to you. Dennis, now get out.
Mom, you don't have to speak for me.
Dennis, get out.
Kate.
Could I smell waffles?
What does this look like, the house of pancakes?
So, how's Kate doing?
Better than I am. Dennis is here, and she's forgiven him.
Dennis is here? Somebody hold my hair, I'm gonna kill him!
Oh, sit down and shut up.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Daddy.
Well, I guess that's it. Good luck, ladies.
Let's go.
What, Ma, you're not going.
Oh, yes, I am. If anything goes wrong, you need someone with experience.
Experience with what?
With life. You're looking at a woman who lived through 2 world wars, 15 vendettas, 4 major operations, and 2 Darrens on Bewitched.
Ask you something. How about you and I go out sometime, huh? Dorothy, I really want to see you again.
I really want to see you again, too.
Great.
But I can't.
Why not?
Because I could get serious about you.
Well, I don't get it.
Al, up until the other night, I thought this whole thing was a game, but...
Dorothy. Happy birthday, Ma.
Ah, shut up.
You're welcome. What are you doing? You're gonna be late for your birthday party at Guido. Stan's in the car waiting.
I'm not going.
What do you mean? You're
Good, then hear this. May you lose the 3 hairs left on your head.
Oh, yeah? Well, may you lose your tweezers so your eyebrows meet to cover the wart in the middle of your forehead.
That's not a wart, that's a beauty mark.
On Sophia Loren, it's a beauty mark. On you and Khrushchev, it's a wart.
It kind of reminded me of a party back in St. Olaf when I was a little girl. Big Sven and Little Sven were celebrating the 1st anniversary of their smoked herring hoagie house. When Big Sven...
I'll get it. It's my cake, stand back, I'll get it.
Within the next couple of months, they're going to have to do that.
You know, Dorothy, people think if you live to be my age, you should be grateful just to be alive. Well, that's not how it works. You need a reason to get up in the morning, and sometimes even after you find one, life...
At 2, Judas.
No, it's me, Rose. So you two found out about this thing, too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Well, let me give you a little friendly advice. You're wasting your time. Because that...
Pig! Hey, you were no great looker when I brought you home from the hospital. I loved you anyway.
Oh, well, he sure is cute. Come here, baby. Oh, I haven't had a pig as a pet since I was a little girl.
Just forget that, Rose. I want that filthy beast out of my house now.
Fine.
This is bad. A recurring dream. Night after night, I had this awful dream that I was trapped in an enclosed space full of men.
Now, what could that mean? Let's give this a second.
Now, wait a minute. There's more to it.
Do all along. Help me not be scared. I think so. Goodbye, Aunt Gretchen.
Take a seat, lady. This isn't the Copacabana.
Rose, that was...
But the important thing is, you're our chucklehead. and we wouldn't trade you in for any other chucklehead in the whole wide world. Why don't you take it, Dorothy?
Honey, you listen to me. What you did was great. It was historic. Honey, you're what?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but when I was dating, the man used to make all the moves.
How many men have you dated? Now, I know what you meant. Now, I'll tell you, I don't think that's old-fashioned. I think it's kind of nice.
How did you spend your evening?
Parent-teacher meetings. 5 hours of saying things like, well, you're...
4 nights in a row, and I still can't sleep. Please, I haven't had a decent night's sleep since I was 70.
I shouldn't complain. I mean, 4 nights is nothing compared to Elsa Uteruden back in St. Olaf. She stayed awake for 17 straight days in a rocking chair marathon. Of course, she couldn't have done it without the moral support of her children and her husband and his cattle prod.
Okay, that's it. Drink this. It's a secret potion from the old country, guaranteed to put you to sleep.
Looks like milk.
This, but I think Rose got the brains in that family.
Meet me out front, Dorothy. I'm going to pull the car around.
But hold it. I told you last night, we don't do any drugs.
Yeah. Figured after 38 years, you deserve something major. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you've always stuck by me when it really counted. I'll always love you for that, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you, Stanley.
Stanley, what are all these deductions for a court?
Don!
We're going to jail.
What did you call me?
Before he answers that, let me reiterate, we are bitterly divorced.
Relax, Dorothy.
Up to her standards.
She's always harping on us to do everything just right. I'm surprised she doesn't check our underwear before we leave the house.
Those of you who wear underwear.
For 100 square miles, which is where the old Sicilian saying, "It's raining cats and pepperoni," comes from. Is this helping anyone yet? Because this sure feels like an ending to me.
Oh, it's helping me, Sophia. What I got out of the story was that I should take a bad situation.
I'm stunned. I'm relieved. Relieved?
Well, sure, the woman you saw in those horrible drawings must have been Dorothy.
This has got to be one of the worst days in my life. Not one, but 2 of my best friends just...
Laszlo, we came over for you to decide once and for all which one of us you want for your statue.
Rose.
I knew it! It's me! Walk, suckers, he wants me!
Rose, he just wanted to say something to you.
I wanted to say that I would rather not decide at all.
Oh, but Laszlo, you've got to. It's the only...
To pull them off the chicken, so I put an end to that.
Ma, listen, next time you have an urge to stroll down memory lane, do me a favor. Go by yourself.
What time were we supposed to be at the studio, Sophia?
I don't know. I have to check the tickets. Hand me my purse, Dorothy.
It's hidden honeymoon hideaway in the Poconos.
Where every cottage is April in Paris.
And every bathroom, Calcutta in July.
Do you remember how I convinced you to let me back into bed?
No.
I've got a crush on you.
I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night. Thanks, ladies. It was a pleasure. Nice meeting you, Harry. Have fun.
The man is a scuzzball.
Ma, the 4 of us have lived together for a long time. Now, how can you just walk in here and announce
The pearl.
neither? I'm going to spray paint it on my hump.
You see, Blanche, you don't know any more than I do. I've decided I'm going to run for fashion show chairman.
Well, you're just wasting your time. Who on that fashion committee is going to vote for you? I'm going to win.
Well, I don't see how that's possible. Everybody...
Sophia, I came to get you.
Forget it. You kissed this pleasure palace goodbye when you stole that money.
Come on, get ready. You're going with me. I've got a brand new Harley Davidson out in the driveway.
I didn't know you could ride a motorcycle.
Can't. I pushed it.
We're ever in love. It just seemed as though we should be. And I learned something from that. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's how you feel about each other. Am I making any sense?
Making a lot of sense. I was married.
Well, it looks like she's been around the block more times than a good humor man.
Hold my purse. Those are fighting words.
Stop it, all of you! What difference does it make that Lorraine's a little long in the tooth and Michael's a skinny white boy? Can't you see they love each other?
Well, the bed's in my bedroom. Who's gonna know?
Everyone who knows the bunt sign on the New York Yankees.
Look, everyone, Mr. Terrific.
Rose, please, you're embarrassing me.
No one can replace Mr. Terrific. You can just say goodbye to Mr. Policeman.
It's Thursday. I thought he was supposed to be Mr. Mailman.
All right, what do we do now?
Listen, your star is just a phone call away. Give me the word and Mr. Terrific will be back on the air.
Well, wait a minute. I think I've got a...
Mad at me? You said, why, no, darling. This is the best Mother's Day I've ever had. Don't you remember that, Mama?
Well, I thought that happened to Virginia. Wasn't Virginia the slut?
Hills. Charming homes.
Yes.
Full of idiots.
Yes.
What? I never saw anything like it. Must be the water.
I grew up in St. Olaf, and most of my family still live.
Too much woman for him. His spirit was willing, but his poor heart couldn't take it.
It's all our fault. Our silly competitiveness did this.
Oh, come on, you two. The man was in his 70s. These things just happen. You had nothing to do with his heart giving out.
Dorothy,
I can't take it back. It's against store policy.
are you willing to sign an affidavit to that effect?
What?
An affidavit. It's standard in any NOPRL investigation.
No proof.
The NOPRL, Network of Older People Retired But Living. Sophia Petrillo, past president and legal counsel. There's stores and big...
But what doesn't?
Cake's done. 45 minutes.
Gee, I wonder why Ma isn't back from the market yet.
Oh, she probably stopped to rest on a bench, poor thing.
Honey, her problem is not physical. She could do a lot more if she...
Off.
They might also have tentacles on their legs so that they can suck all the blood out of our heads. Oh, I'm sorry, Rose, I'm sorry. Now, part of me is very excited, but part of me is petrified. I cannot relax with this. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to because Major Barker...
In a crackling fire, my God, Dorothy, it must be 120 in here.
Morning, Rose.
Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel. Honey, what's the matter?
Everything. Girls, I just realized we're about to go through the Zumbo Falls Tunnel.
Rose, honey, listen, there's something we want to tell you.
Not now. We could be in trouble. People have been known to vanish off the face of the earth when they go through that tunnel.
Honey, that's just ridiculous.
Hold on, here we go.
Rose, listen, it's about your biography.
Stanley, don't worry. I'm 82 years old. My bones are brittle. My muscles are atrophied. My circulation is worse than U.S. News and World Report. There's no physical they can give that Sophia Petrillo can't fail.
Ma, you know how I feel. I cannot give you my blessing.
Dorothy, I love you, but if you ruin my happiness, I will put a Sicilian curse on you that will be like hell on earth.
Ma, you can't put a Sicilian curse on your eldest daughter if the mother is marrying a man under
The show on the road.
Ma, I know you're in there.
The wedding is off.
She doesn't approve. She doesn't approve?
Now look here, Stretch. I have 100 cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse. Whatever is it if you left it on the couch?
Oh, we gotta find that jacket. This is driving me crazy.
All right. I wasn't going to say anything, but since it's kind of my fault, I'll pay for a new jacket out of my share.
What do you mean it's kinda your fault?
Do you know where the jacket is, Sophia?
What did you do with it, Ma?
Stand back! I know how to use this, bless Ida Perkins, every time he sat down to eat a baked potato.
When did you leave the home, Mrs. Perkins?
Oh, maybe a year now. I don't really keep track.
So what made you decide to leave?
Decide? Some things in life you never get to decide. Some things just happen.
Well, let's go to dinner, ladies.
Have fun.
Rose, honey, there's something I have to say to you.
To you, but we happen to love her, so we want to know how she is regardless. So from now on, I want to be informed every hour on the hour. Do you understand me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'll see that you're kept informed.
You were magnificent.
I have my moments. Well, what do you want?
All right, we're all in.
Fine. Welcome to the George Bush era. Me. Oh, nuts. Of course, cash today. Tomorrow the price goes up. The Kimmel isn't getting any younger.
Well, $2,500 seems a little steep.
3,000. You ticked me off.
Now you're watching a real artist at work.
Stop seeing Ernie?
No, of course not.
Rose, how about you and Ernie seeing a sex therapist?
Well, I suppose I could talk to Ernie, but maybe we could make an appointment.
Well, sex therapy is one solution, but there are other ways.
Oh, Blanche, dessert toppings are not the answer.
Drop dead.
Blanche, whatever happened to getting beyond your ego?
My ego has nothing to do with it. These drawings are brilliant.
Blanche, I have lived with these characters all my life, and I'm the one to determine if your drawings are brilliant, and that one needs work.
What's wrong with it?
Well, you forgot Melvin the Loneliest Sea Otter.
Grand investment. That's a $7,000 profit. Peppy gets the standard 20%, and we're left with a tidy sum for only 1 week's work.
So 20% is standard for a boxer?
It is if he doesn't speak English.
Ma, that's it. Forget it. Take him back.
To where? Customer service?
Just relax. Don't be nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Are your hands all right?
Please, they're fine. He never threw a punch.
Oh, that's all behind you now, Peppy. This is the moment you wanted. Good luck.
Before...
Todd. Trudy's dead.
Please, everybody. It happened this morning when we were playing tennis. Trudy's heart just couldn't take it.
Anyway, we had to till the soil, so I volunteered to pull the plow, and I hurt my back.
How long have you been taking these pills?
I guess around 30 years.
30 years? Rose, I doubt that your doctor wanted you to take those things for...
Question. It has to do with honesty, friendship, love, hate, all the biggies.
So what should I do?
Please. Socrates sat under an olive tree in a sheet for years thinking about this kind of stuff. I'm a poor immigrant with a third-grade education. Give me 2 minutes.
She has a cramp, you pea-brain.
All that money and we only went twice. Can you believe it?
What are you cooking now, Ma?
A Petrillo family delicacy. Double fudge, amaretto, ricotta cheesecake.
What's in it? This cake is named on a guy named Nick. But I think the laughter spoke for itself.
That's enough, Rose. Dorothy, what are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep. I just keep thinking about Ma and whose mother she really is.
You're worried she might be Gina's?
No, I'm worried she might...
Big hat.
Hi, girls. How are you holding up?
Oh, fine. Just doing fine.
Terrific.
You know, this reminds me of the big dance back in St. Olaf to kick off Pretzel Week. My Uncle Gunther, after the great beer nut shortage of 29...
Foul, foul! Send a judge over here. This woman is trying to put us to sleep.
You're just exhausted and you're trying to blame it on me.
Exhausted? I'll show you who's exhausted. Maestro, how about something with a little octane?
Okay.
Rose, why her?
She's comforting.
And I'm not? You told me you were having a pedicure when your husband was dying. Well, of course I was, Sophia. It was the third Thursday of the month. If I'd canceled, that would have been it for July and August when I'd be wearing open-toed sandals.
Be different. Maybe this time he won't die, but he always does. It was only a movie, Dorothy. That was really a fake gorilla.
Oh, Rose, that's not it.
What is it, Dorothy? What happened?
Maybe I am crazy.
No, you did, Blanche.
All I ever wanted was to be special. I thought this would do it. I thought I'd publish a novel and I'd be special. Of course, I've always been special because of my looks, but they won't last forever. I have to be realistic. Another 20 or 30 years. When did you start, Sophia?
Oh, late. Not till I came to this country. In my village, hairy legs were a sign of beauty.
How do you account for that?
Dumb men, hairy women.
Actually, that's not such a big surprise. You know, a lot of those...
What is it, Blanche?
Oh, I can't quite make it out. I think my eyes are tired.
Your eyes are old. Blanche, when are you going to admit you need glasses?
I do not need glasses. My mother didn't need glasses till the day she died. And then it seems silly.
Borscht.
Yes.
Well, then you remember, he was St. Olaf's most famous shepherd. Well, Herda used to say, you can have 100 sheep, and if one goes astray, that's the one you go look for. Especially if it's the best-looking one.
What, build a bomb shelter?
No, we can unload them. I mean, bring them to the church for dessert.
Well, actually, I think that's very nice. Like we say in St. Olaf, Christmas without fruitcake is like St. Sigmund's Day without the headless boy.
Ma, what are you doing?
Merrill called. He's coming over. I'm hiding all our valuables.
Why?
Why? You think the man went to prison for free coveralls and some male bonding?
Dorothy, do you think I'm dressed okay for the dog races?
That depends. Are you competing?
Sophia, nothing you can say is going to bother me. And you know why? Because when I'm with Stephen, I don't know, I get goosebumps. I feel all tingly.
Oh, me too. Lunch is all set up out on the lanai. Your father tells me you're a classical musician. What do you play? The English horn. I didn't know horns had nationalities. Well, I guess it makes sense if jumping beans can be Mexican and fire drills can be Chinese and flies can be Spanish.
Well, how was lunch?
Blanche, I don't know how the woman does it. The herring was not only delicious, but it looked happy.
Oh. Well, Caroline, did you tell your daddy about your little talk with Rose? Come on now, make you a big cup of coffee. Oh, darling, I smudged your makeup.
Oh, I messed up your hair.
Broccoli or cream corn?
Rose, you're terribly upset. Corn, please.
I'm not upset. I couldn't care less.
I guess I owe you an explanation.
You owe me a lot more than that. Why didn't you ever come to visit me?
Rose, I stayed away because I
hate to admit it, but you look good.
Well, wish me luck.
Stanley, why don't you come back here in about an hour?
Why?
It'll take me a while to get ready.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy.
Besides, I'll need someone to fasten my pearls. The next step you take could be the most important one of your life. Now, look, you trust me. Jimmy, make that step. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Please. Come on. Rose, have you seen Blanche?
I think she's in her room. Why?
I really need to talk to her.
Every time you need to talk to somebody, you go to your mother or to Blanche. Why doesn't anybody ever talk to me?
Your advice always comes with one of those damn St. Olaf stories.
I can give advice without a damn St.
Well, good night.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are we just telling our best sex ever stories?
Gee, I don't know how it started.
Well, sure you do, Dorothy. Remember, you thought you were grabbing Stan's part?
Follow-up interview. We have very strict guidelines when selecting postulants, so we're going to put Sophia through a battery of psychological tests. It helps weed out the crazies and undesirables.
Sorry, Ma.
Can you imagine Rose is trying to blame the whole thing on me? That woman has one hell of a lot of nerve.
Dorothy, I remember you fondly, and the same goes for Blanche and Rita. Wish you were here. No one can reach the third shelf in the pantry. Best, Sister Ma. God, I miss that woman. Now, say what you want about her. Same here. Ma, I have a little surprise for you. Girls! Look who it is!
It's Blanche and Rose. Where's the surprise? Honey, we're your surprise. We came to see
Good to have you home, Ma.
So, that's a typical date with Blanche. I mean, after you cut out all the dirty parts.
You know what the joke going around the teacher's lounge was today, Ma?
He offered me a deal. I turned state's evidence, which put my client, Mr. Moran, away for a long, long time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're a snitch.
No, I'm not a snitch. I'm an informant.
Oh, a snitch in a tie.
The point is, it all would have been behind me, but he escaped.
What you doing, Rose? Oh, Myra's been calling me at work and threatening me, so I'm fixing a flashlight so I can walk out to my car at night, you know, in case she's planning on surprising me. Good!
Just wish you weren't against this.
Look how pretty you look.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful. You remember the last time? We stayed up all night letting out that dress?
Oh, Ma, you know, Stan has changed. I trust him now for the very first time. Ma.
But did you see them? Some of those people stayed in front of that TV for 8 straight hours. Of course, throw in a bag of cheese corn, I just described your Saturday nights.
Ma, Mr. Porter had them resting, which is something you might want to try.
Be enough.
Talk about you. We didn't have to go out on a date to do that.
You think I'm boring?
No, sweetheart, I think you're fantastic. With a guy like me, a little fantastic goes a long way. I mean, look what we got now. Every couple of weeks, you call me when one of your boyfriends don't show up. I tell you...
Fine, Cupcake. Thanks for asking.
Dorothy, I know you're in there. Nothing.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
We'll see about that.
Look, Mrs.
Trillo, I'm Dorothy's mother, and I want to know what's wrong with her. And don't tell me nothing because I know there's something wrong with her. Mothers know.
Look, Ma, I'll talk to you about it later.
Your daughter is...
Terrible. I mean, look, among the four of us, each of us conceived our children in a different way. I was totally unconscious. When I came to, there was Stan, carving a notch in his dashboard.
I never bought that unconscious story.
Can you believe, Ma, trying to go to Sicily on my credit card? She would have made it, too, if her chef's knife hadn't shown up on the scanner. You want to know something crazy? I actually feel responsible for this. If I'd known. And according to the elementary school paper, the show was a big hit.
They have their own newspaper? Oh, cute. Read it, Dorothy.
I saw the play yesterday. It was good. It was called Henny Penny. The actors were good, especially Turkey Lurkey.
Don't want to believe it. It's a great story.
I've even told that. It's never stopped her before. You know, whatever sounds good, she tells it as fact.
You see why we never had to write?
Hello.
It's a miracle. I can walk.
Sophia! Look at you, you're walking. I just can't believe...
Why don't you check the fruit salad?
No way. I'm not going anywhere near that refrigerator.
Wow, 2 miracles in one day.
To square things with Guido.
Cicely? What are you talking about, Cicely?
She said she cleared it with you.
She did not clear it with me.
Then giving her my Visa card was a bad thing?
Rose, how are we supposed to find her? Angelo.
I understand, God. I know these things happen. What? Well, if you want. You dirty rat.
Sad, you look so sad. What's wrong?
God says it's not your time yet. You gotta go back, Sophia.
But I want to be with you. Nice try, Dorothy. Rose, you taste it.
Rose, don't! That tea was for my mommy.
You try to do right by your kid.
$35,000?
And 4 gold teeth.
Oops. Nice going, Counselor. Exactly how close to the television are you sitting when you're watching La Law?
Good morning, Dorothy.
Don't start, Rose, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. That good morning crack was way out of line.
Oh, no, it's me. I was up all night.
Embarrassment has this lifestyle caused your mother.
I really don't know, but I'll ask her tomorrow when I visit her at the home.
Morning, Blanche. How was your date last night?
How was my date last night? I woke up alone. That's how my date was last night. He didn't open my car door. He did not escort me into the rest.
And the fans, they went crazy. They were screaming and jumping up and down just like it was the 60s. I mean, everyone except me. I mean, I had a fabulous time, but I managed to retain my dignity.
Morning, blokes.
Ourselves down here and have a little bubbly. You know what goes great with champagne? Me.
We seem to be missing a chair, Blanche.
Oh, yes, so we are. Well, let's see what I can do to fix it. Blanche has entered the room.
Rose?
It's a big rock, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it is, but a full moon, Rose, makes me feel frisky. Makes me want to do something I've never done before.
Like what?
What?
Well, I thought I was the only one who quoted Shakespeare in a normal conversation.
Really?
You know, Dorothy, it's funny. A casual observer would say we're the ones who should be together. We share the same interests, we're in the same field, we're both attractive.
Now, the evening isn't over yet.
I just have to see what Joe has to say about all of this.
You just have to see what Joe has to say about all this, huh? And this Joe, would he happen to be Joe Mama?
Joe Stewart, he's my business.
Surprise! Oh, Rose, look who's here. These are my colleagues from the English department. Gentlemen, this is Rose. Hi, Rose. Come on in. I'm just about to unwrap Rose's present here.
Oh, Love, you don't have to do that right now.
Hey, don't let us spoil your birthday party. Go ahead and open it.
Long time. Until now.
Wait till he brings the pants.
You're joking.